Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Right, we're going to do a little bit of commentary for this third set between Finn Trimble and Matt Nation. This is the first round, semi-final of the plate round, for the SquashGym PSA Open. I'm joined by Rod Bannister here, joined by Temwa Chilisi. Tem, you've just sort of joined us recently.
Yeah.
And how's it looking so far? This match, mate?
Yeah, this is an interesting one. So I know they played a couple of weeks ago at the Waikato versus, what is it? The teams? Waikato,
mate, there is a district outside of Waikato, mate. It's called Central.
Yeah,
Waikato, thanks, mate.
Central.
I thought the Jaffers were bad. That's all right, mate.
Team of 5 for both squads there, and I think they met, and I think Finn took that one. I think it was in 4, so I'm expecting a decent battle here. I'm not expecting a 3-love, but it's looking that way, isn't it, Rod?
Yeah, 11-5, mate. Look, we've talked about it a little bit, particularly with John just earlier, and, you know, again, Matt, really, obviously you played Matt, so firstly what I'm interested in before we go on to that point, mate, sort of what's your sort of 1 minute review on Matt Nation as a you know, a pretty tidy A1, right? You had a hit against him last night.
Yeah. So we had a really tough first game. I think I got that one 12-10. I noticed he has some decent lines. Like hits good straight balls.
What do you mean by lines, mate?
Just good straight balls. So he doesn't cross court as often as a lot of, you know, your local A1 players do. So he takes the space in the middle and just has that hard low straight kill. So you might see it, but I found that quite challenging, especially in that first game, getting used to, because a lot of people just cross court, you know.
So is that the first time you've had a hit against Matt competitively?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever played him. Yeah, competitively, training wise, never been on court with him. So
when you're playing a player, look for anyone that's sort of having a listen or have a listen later, when you're playing a player for the first time, you know, what are you sort of looking at? I mean, as far as a warm-up goes and hitting, and what are you looking for in a player? Or do you just sort of wait till it unfolds in the first set till you sort of work out some patterns?
No, of course I see what they do in the gym. So I saw he had it's about a 20-minute bike before our match. Didn't stretch or anything like that, no mobility, so he could have done it where I didn't see it, but so I was guessing it was going to be quite slow in that first game. He actually started all right though, and I just kind of try and suss him out, especially in the warm-up in the first few points. You know, I chuck some lobs up.
So what do you mean suss him out? So what would you do from let's say the amateur player listening? What would you do in a warm-up to sort of have a look at some of their deficiencies? What could you do?
Yeah, I just kind of do every single shot. So I give him a lift, see how he takes the volley. I do hard low kills to see how far he can bend down, see how warm he is. So those are my two go-tos, just to really suss out a player. And once I think I've got a wee gauge on how they're moving and how they're taking the ball, then yeah, that's enough for me really.
Awesome. So 2-0 at the moment in this match, first round or semi-final of the plate. These two boys got beaten last night. Matt obviously played UTEM, and Finn backed up against the mighty Zach Miller. I think they played probably the matchup for the first round in the PSA, right?
Yeah.
Based on their who knows who's going to win on the night. I believe a couple of weeks ago Finn took out Zach in the club champs, right?
Yeah, the local
Lugden?
club champs.
Is it Lugden? Right.
Yeah. It was in 5. So it was a big match.
So we had a couple of juicy punts, didn't we, really?
Yeah, we did.
A couple of lads were sort of making calls.
Yeah,
Joel Ascott was like, respectfully, my nana that couldn't remember who he called for.
Who did you say, actually? You said Zach, didn't you?
I picked Trimble.
Oh, you picked Trimble?
Yeah, but then Joel called Trimble, so I'm taking Zach.
Oh, okay.
So I'm taking the win?
Yeah, you're taking the win.
So I got the Coke Zero.
Sweet.
Coke Zero.
Has that been
big
paid?
night
Has
for
that
me?
been paid for you?
No, not yet.
No, not
It's
yet.
typical Ascot, isn't it? Really? Is that typical?
It's typical.
Is it? Yeah.
It's typical.
Well, he's part Aussie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He did the Australian haka, mate. He just disappeared, right? Yeah, typical Ascot.
So that's that straight lines I was talking about.
Yeah, and it's interesting, that straight line he played there, people think of length as being conventional length to back wall, right?
Yeah.
But there's all types of length, right, Tim? So Matt chopped that in nicely, didn't he? So that was just a bit of a variation on length. It's actually interesting what you're saying. Matt doesn't go off his lines when he's hitting straight a lot, does he? So I suppose if you were analysing him as a player or a coach, you'd sort of work out that you could sort of get to the tee and look at hitting, sort of cutting off his loose ones?
Yeah, cutting off his loose ones, yeah. So especially when he's behind you, he doesn't have as much threat. But with his
He won't cross-court again. He just cross-court for the first time, and that's it just got chopped.
Yeah, you got to be careful with Finn.
Now, Finn, mate, what's mate? You guys obviously know him quite well. He's a little bit of history about Finn. I think John was saying he's one of our top juniors a few years back. Then he went to the States.
Then he went to the States for college. I think he finished his first year there at Dickinson College.
Oh, right, that's where Courtney Trail is at the moment.
Courtney Trail is,
young fella from Kobe, I believe, from Wellington. Young Kobe.
Yeah.
So how do the Kiwis get in there, mate? What have we got a contact there?
That's a good question. I'm not too sure.
Because I know Courtney Trail, our local Central girl's based there now, and she was supposed to get back there in January, but she was just saying last night it looks like, with what's going on in the States, she might be back in August, if that. So falling apart a bit in the States, right, with the college squash?
Yeah, I heard it's been cancelled until next August.
Right.
That's everything I've heard about that.
So Finn's strengths, mate. I can see his few patterns, what he likes here. But what would you call on Finn's strengths in his game?
Finn's got probably his backhand side. It's definitely his strength, especially in the middle of the court. Good to have you with us, Harris. Good to see you commenting and watching the match.
From the US, mate. Harris, whereabouts in the US are you from? Crikey, what time's it in the US? I think it'll be past my bedtime. So we got Matt Nation up 9-8 in this one. So, mate, big rally.
I think this was going to be...
Good call.
This is the games I was thinking.
Oh, Finn likes taking it up there, doesn't he? Oh, here's a go. Oh, what now? Tools,
yeah.
what? Oh, but a straight line again, isn't it? Interesting.
Straight line, yeah.
Yeah, big rally for Matt. Oh, that's not a bad nudge. Now what? Now hold, maybe a hold.
See, he loves the straight ones. It's good.
Yeah, right, mate. It's interesting. Wish I knew that when I was playing him.
Especially at like 9-8.
Oh, that's
he's lifting well.
How are the lungs now, Tim, for these boys? This rally,
they'll be hurting.
They'll be hurting.
This is a big point.
Like a true Central player, off the frame for a winner. Outstanding. Matt goes to 10-8 in the third. 2-love to Finn. Is that a bit of a master's trick going on there, Tim, do you think?
I don't know.
What do you think? Trimble up to the front, wipes the hand, the dirty.
Yeah, that's a...
Is that a Waikato trick?
How you know his lungs
right,
are hurting.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at him, looking at the racket now. It's all coming out. Nation was ready to serve. 10-8 game ball. Oh, call, Tim. Oh, there you go.
Stroke.
So that's 2-1, folks. Nation takes that one at 11-8. 2-1 to Finn Trimble. We'll be back in a minute. So we're back live here now. Matt Nation just took that set. Matt Nation, a local boy working in Wellington in a contract at the moment, and young Finn Trimble, who's at uni, I believe, Tim, in the Waikato.
Yep, I think he just finished his degree this year.
What did he do? What degree did he do, mate?
Bachelor of Business.
Good boy.
Majoring in... I don't know.
All right, majoring in something?
Majoring in something.
Is he going to hang around the Waikato, mate, or what?
Yeah, he said he just sussed his flat last night, so he's going to hang around, do a bit of coaching next year.
I believe he's your roomie, mate.
A bit more. Yeah, he's my roomie, yeah.
But I believe
Duggan
got his own room, just like he wanted, just like he planned.
Yeah. That was the plan all along.
So you're reasonably impressed, mate, with the setup and at SquashGym this for the day you've sort of been here? You're sort of happy with how things are going? The club's looking all right? Or?
Yeah. No, the club's really looking after us. You know, they've been really good. It's been awesome.
Is there any chance we can get your boys down here full time, or you never know? Money buys what?
I don't know. I think Waikato's just too good, you know? Yeah. Hamilton's just too luxurious. So that I think. It's a good pick-up.
Was that 3 bounces or 4?
It was either.
So Matty just doesn't put his hand up though. Oh, that's terrible. Matt just doesn't put his hand up, mate.
I've noticed he's lifting well.
Yeah, maybe he's using his brains.
Yeah.
Right.
Does he have a coach here?
He sort of, mate, just typical Kiwi, right? Self-coached.
Yeah,
played a bit of squash over the years, and 3 yards back too far for that one, Finn.
Yeah.
I think you got a bit excited there, Finn.
Yeah, I think it's his
3 people
shot,
watching.
So, you know.
3 people watching. Finn got a bit excited.
He pulled it off at that end of that second, didn't he?
Yeah, well,
that was nice.
Did he have a look around behind him
I
after
think
that?
he
He
did,
did, didn't he?
yeah,
He had a
you can't
look.
not, you
He
can't
had a
not.
look.
Oh,
I mean,
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm actually going to give Nation a little bit of a jibe after that because that's his only go-to.
Oh,
and
is
he,
it?
no, Finn,
Oh,
and he's been
yeah.
done twice like a dinner. Done like a dinner. Twice, mate. Oh, that's good depth. Oh, that's filth. So we were talking briefly between sets, mate. You're sort of calling this. Oh, that's a great ball. Really?
I thought he got that.
Man, you got to ask. Or
Do you think he got that?
yeah, he might have got it right.
Worth
So you were
an ask
talking
anyway.
between sets, really. You would expect Finn simply because he probably hits a few more balls than Matty. You'd expect him to lift the pace in this one and sort
Yeah, I
of lift the
think so.
tempo.
Yeah, I thought in that last game.
Pulled out the trimble.
Nearly. He actually dropped a bit, and Matt just managed to keep his level. And that's all it takes, like a slight drop, and you can let your opponent in. So I think if Finn lifts his level again,
It's tight.
then I think
Good squeeze.
he'll be too strong here.
So 5-1, 2-1 to Finn Trimble.
It's a good start.
Really good start by Finn. Really pretty tough with 11 nowadays, isn't it, Tim? You're too young, mate, to go to back in the day when your dad and all of us played to 9 and we only could get a point off a serve. But pretty tough to come back from 5-1.
Yeah, pretty tough. I don't think as tough as it was back in the day. You know, I wasn't around though, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I think it's.
Well, you are 12, mate, so we wouldn't expect you to be around. Yeah, it's a good nudge.
Oh, that's a good post.
Yeah, okay, 3-5. Not bad by Nation.
I'm
Bit of a
seeing
roll of
variation
2.
in the shots now. Not as much straight stuff. Moving the ball a bit more. Don't know if that's a
Great.
tactic.
Oh, wow.
It's good length.
4-5. So he's come from 1-5 to 4-5.
Yeah. Maybe it's not as hard as I said.
No, it's interesting. You know, okay, Tim. Let's talk about it a little bit. You know what it's like when you're gassed sometimes, right? That's 5-all now. You're gassed, but somehow we're quite sort of insane squashes. We find some sort of second wind somehow.
Yeah.
It's quite weird, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know you don't want to run for another ball, but when the
you
black
just
ball
keep
comes
going.
in play, and then all of a sudden, for somehow you find a second wind.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Pardon? Okay, honey.
Yeah, you can be absolutely knackered. And you just keep going for that extra minute, and then you're back.
It's quite interesting,
weird,
isn't it?
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you again, for people that sort of don't understand, is that your opponent all of a sudden hits one into the tin like Finn did, and then you find a bit of juice again. Oh, that's a great. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm feeling this is absolutely critical in the context of it, right? Oh, that's a great effort.
That's a good rally from Cam.
All right, that's 5-all, 6-5. Look, mate, I must say I'm quite impressed with Nations. I really am. Firstly, with his tenacity, and secondly, with his conditioning's all right, mate. This is pretty gutsy.
He's hanging on.
Pretty
isn't
gutsy,
he?
right?
He's hanging on. I think out of the two, Finn probably had the harder match yesterday. But it was quite a short match.
Oh, good change of angle by Matt. Brought another cross court in from behind, so that's a different pattern. And lifting well. 6-5 to Matt Nation. He was down 5-1 in the set. Oh, that's a good boast by Finn. 6-all in the fourth. So we've got a few viewers joining us from overseas, which is great.
Yeah, we have.
Welcome, guys, from the UK. And I'll get back to... Who was it, mate? I'll get back to Harris, who was actually at Cam Pilley's club in the US. Cam Pilley, the Australian, who has the great shot by Matt, just chops it in on the forehand. Cam Pilley has, I believe, the speed record or something for hitting a squash ball into his brother's back. Would you do that for your brother?
No,
You wouldn't
would
take
not.
one for the team?
No, I would not.
No. Wouldn't take it for the team? So we've got a volunteer to video. Shit, that's good length.
That's good length.
7-all in the fourth.
It's Finn's backhand side.
So what's Finn's conditioning like, mate?
Over the last couple of months, it's been quite good. He's I've seen him in the gym working quite hard. Seen him on the watt bike. I wouldn't say he's training full time, but he's definitely training. Great shot.
Matt did the Finn Trimble. That's great stuff. I'm really impressed with Matt. Showing a lot of heart, a lot of ticker. He's not going to go away quickly, Tim.
No, he's not. 8-7.
Did you call this? You actually called
Yeah,
it,
I
didn't
called
you?
that he was going to come back.
Yeah.
He just seemed in most of the rallies, but couldn't quite get the edge. Oh, great shot.
Righto, guys, I'll join you soon. I've got to head off and watch another match, so Tim will see you through it.
Here's another good rally at the back end of this fourth set. Oh, it's a great straight drop. Oh, it's tight work. That's tight work. That's a good rally from Finn there. Quite crucial, that one. 2 more points away from victory. Let's see if he can make it happen. Oh, it's a good finish there. So that gives Finn 2 match balls against Matt. It's good straight stuff here from Finn. Just trying to contain his opponent. Oh, great bows. Good get. Question is now, can Matt take it to 5? Oh, set up for him. It's made the error. Good to see some of you guys chatting on the comments here. That gives Matt his first game ball. 2 errors from Finn. 2 quite crucial errors. But Matt's hanging in there, he's doing well. Can he make the most of this first game ball? Good wee smile there from Matt. I think he thought Finn was going to volley that one. Another error from Finn there. Maybe it's a tired error, maybe it's a mental area. Not too sure. It's looking alright out there though, Finn. Not looking too tired. Oh, lucky bounce there. As you can see on that one, there's some interesting bounces in the back corners. Kind of tend to just skid along that sidewall when you get a nice deep length. I think it's going to come out, but it doesn't quite come out as it would in a traditional court. Oh, it's good length there. Oh, and he's made the error. Well, that's matched to Finn Trimble. 14-12 in the fourth. So there you have it, folks. The semi-finals of the plate goes to Finn Trimble. Thanks for joining us.